The wandered of Kyrghin, wanderer of wild and wood. Kyrghin walks where reason wanes, where justice sleeps and magic reigns. Eyes like storms, yet soft with grace. He bears no temple, holds no place. Once he spoke with holy flame, a priest of truth, of oath of name. But Fey-Laced winds have torn the thread. Now dreams speak louder than the dead. He hums old hymns, no gods recall. He plants new life where curses fall. With Barnaby behind so still, he climbs the dark and bends the will. No banner raised, no boast to cry, yet stars lean low when he walks by. Not by choice, he ran from laughter, fled from voice. The ice still hunts him in his head. A flower picked a price in dread. And when he breaks, when breath is flame, the mule is there without a name. Through horror, hope, or silent sky, they walk but never wonder why. Some say he's lost, that he forgets, that Fey have trapped him in regrets. But listen close when for a sway, he speaks with life and life obeys. He hums old hymns, no gods recall. He plants new life where curses fall. With Barnaby behind so still, he climbs the dark and bends the will. And though his past may twist and blur, the wild itself remembers her. Oh, Barnaby walks with a rhythm slow, through mist and briar and drifting snow. No bridle bites, no saddle strains. He walks for none, yet breaks no rein. A mule by form, but less by soul. He treads the edge of things unknown. His ears don't twitch at mortal cries, but perk at Fey fire in the sky. He carries a man with a fractured prayer, a druid lost soul with wild in his stare. But Barnaby bears what words can't say. With silent steps, he leads the way. Barnaby, beast of earth and breath, whispers follow in your tread. Do you walk by side, the hand of death. Some say he's just a stubborn mule, a broken beast, a traveler's tool. But forest paths and stars confess he knows much more and speaks far less. Does he dream of plains and clover fields, or things the waking world can't yield? Barnaby, beast with ancient grace, no halter holds no master's place. He walks beside, not far behind, a shade, a guide, a fate entwined. Is it memory, is it bond, or something deeper, magic spun?
I fell through light and fading flame, the forest strange, the sky the same. The echoes danced, but none rang clear. Then came your shape, just standing near. A mule alone by a river's bend, no rider's mark, no trace to lend. Yet something in your silence stands, called back a dream, one final chance. So I called you friend, though hooves you wore, a quiet guide through myth and war. And I said aloud what felt meant to be. Barnaby, no, just Barnaby. You gave no sign, no knowing glance, just flicked an ear and held your stance. But I'd seen tricks with subtle cues, and named you thus, though none could prove. The stars here shine with colder fire, no courtly jest, no Fey-born choir. But still you stayed a steady shape, in silence kind, in calm escape. So I called you friend, though hooves you wore, a quiet guide through myth and war. And I said aloud what felt meant to be. Barnaby's, no, just Barnaby. The truth is fog that doesn't part, There's wildfire and laughter in my heart. I cannot say what's false or true, but I walk this road because of you. So I call you friend and walk beside the only soul who never lied. And if you're not who I believe, still stay with me, my Barnaby.
Stretches far, the horizon wide. Kyrghin walks with Barnaby by his side. A thought in his heart, a question unclear. The city calls to him, the answer near. The grass calls Barnaby's name. Kyrghin wonders why it's causing you to twitch your mane. What was that you said? Is it the city or something else ahead? He looks at Barnaby and turns his face. Let's go to Waterdeep, find our the stars fading fast. Kyrghin half remembers the days he'd lost. Lost in the wild, his mind torn apart. But now the festival whispers in his heart. The grass calls Barnaby's name. Kyrghin wonders why it's causing you to twitch your mane. What was that you said? Is it the city or something else ahead? He looks at Barnaby and turns his face. Let's go to Waterdeep, find our place. Stares at the road, the memories return. His time in the wild, the lessons he'd learned. The cold of the Fey, the fire in his soul. But now there's a warmth, a calling, a goal. Through forests and hills, through rivers and streams, Kyrghin and Barnaby follow their dream. The green grass ahead, the city so bright, it calls them forward into the night. The grass calls Barnaby's name. Kyrghin wonders why it's causing you to twitch your mane. What was that you said? Is it the city or something else ahead? He looks at Barnaby and turns his face. Let's go to Waterdeep, find our place.
We came upon great Waterdeep, the gate a crowded scene, with Barnaby beside my feet and springtime sharp and green. 1,000 voices in the line, the gods were red with sweat, while refugees from dragon paths pressed close with fear unmet. A hooded man came gliding past and whispered with a grin, "A silver coin, and just like that's the gate will let you in." I asked dear Barnaby his thought, he pondered, took a chew, then nodded once or twitched his ear, that counts as thinking too. We told the man we'd not comply, he vanished in a haze. A cloud of smoke began to bloom and vanished o'er our pace. But not for long, young Sam took chase, while Baras cracked a skull, and Duramar with practiced grace made thieving pockets null. I cast a circle full of thorns, held one thief in his track, while Barnaby, without a word, just swatted one straight back. The guards then stormed to take control, explained this one did shout. I gave the tale from mule's own mouth, oh, what I guessed about. I might have made things less obscure, in hindsight this I see, but Barnaby had questions and they all ran through me. Then came the fateful final blow as guards prepared a rest. We caused no harm, said all but one, you've likely guessed the rest. No, 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 wait, Barnaby says he might have done a bit. And so we all were marched away just to make sure things fit.
They spoke of coin in whispered tones, of silence paid and debt unknown, a chest beneath the blackened stone where lesser souls had gone alone. The guide, too short, too fast to trust, led 7 hearts through ash and dust, and warned us once, take only this, then vanished in the thorn and mist.
The path was choked with breathless air, a wound in earth that wouldn't heal. The walls were wet with unanswered prayer, and nothing in that dark was real. We walked on webs of a rancid string, past bones that hummed but did not sing, and found within that hollow grave a godless thing of skin and blade. It smiled with mouths not meant to speak, it wore its joy in shredded cheeks. It played with pain like children do, with dolls that still remember you. It danced on nerves, it strummed on screams, it drank the marrow from our dreams, and laughed to see us choke on fate, but still we lived, we took the crate. Shadows came in cloaks and steel, their kindness cold, their offers real. A shape with eyes that never blinked, another stank of cursed ink. A night with light long drowned in black stood still while something paced the back, and in their midst a prisoner, too calm, too clean, too full of fear. The box was theirs, we made no stand. We bled too much to lift a hand. They fed her what the chest had hid, a draught no saint nor God forgives. She drank, she broke, she screamed and fell. Her spine became a tolling bell. Her eyes went blind, her limbs untrue. She begged for death and so we slew. And one was taken, one was lost to chains and fate and unseen cost. We watched them fade through splintered air like nightmares forced to disappear. The cave was still, the job was done, but time had shifted with the sun. We came out changed in days too late, with blood-wet hands and shifting weight. So heed this song, ye bold and brave. Not every chest holds gold to save. Some lock away the hunger's breath, and drinkers of the wine of death. What waits in caves is never past. It follows slow but holds you fast, and coin can't cleanse the silent shame of speaking when they call your name.
Whispers in the cobblestone, feet too light to sound. A figure cuts the morning crowd westward, not with flight but purpose bound. And thunder black and bitter rolled, a powder bloom, a bell unrolled. The sky wept ash, the square dissolved, and silence ran where screams evolved. Through tangled cries and burning scent, the druid's boots, the barbarian sense. They chased the shadow cloaked in dread, where crackboards groaned and silence bled. A house forgotten, slumped with rot inside, the wrongs that time forgot. Mimic voices, shifting eyes, feathers black and silver lies. Oh, blood upon the splinters spilled, the shapeless dead, the air gone still. Through spike and fang and spell and chain, the Kenku fell, the beast remained. Their sins were many souls, long soul, but still they spoke and still they bled. And though the storm had swallowed them, the storm was not yet gone from his head. One screamed and flung the old man down into the thicket's barbed crown. Nature's wrath made weapon true, but not for foes that once we knew. Their faces not like beasts or fiends, but flickered things with blood between. A cache was found, a trail was burned, the god came swift, the favor turned. Take your silence, take your gold, forget the tales the shadows told. The leader bound, the dead laid bare, but none would speak what happened there. They turned and left beneath the weight of something heavier than fate, the weight of knowing when it ends. We sometimes kill what might have begged. One fled the roof and drank to still the fire that dances craves to kill. Another smiled and hid the pain, a gift of silence laced with shame. The thorns had grown from Kyrghin's hand. No god had told them where to land. No right, no hymn, no holy light. Just rage and root and fading night. And when the last one's breath had fled, and every leaf of war was shed, he stood alone in dusk's low gleam, and wondered who he'd been between.
are creaking, the wind it howls. An old man's voice, a worn-out scowl. Eld holds the reins, so sure, so bold. I've run them over, young or old. The road is long, the air is thick, but his defiant tone makes our hearts tick. No danger's too much, no threat too near. As Eld mutters, I've been here for years. The dust of the road swirls around. We're moving east, no time to slow down. But shadows ahead, outlaws approach. Their eyes are wild, their words encroach. Give us your gold, give us your life. The highwaymen hiss, ready for strife. But Eld laughs aloud, cracks the whip, and the chase begins on this ill-fated trip. The wagon lurches, the horses race. Danger at our heels, there's no time to wait. One leaps in the side with a blade to a swing. Eld cracks the reins, makes the wagon sing. Try me, you fools, I fought your kin. You won't break me, you won't win. They climb up high, their knives they brand, but Eld's resolve is like iron sand. The wind howls loud as we speed through the fight. Eld's stubborn laugh, the only light. Kyrghin freezes the weight of the past. The carnage and blood, they're haunting him fast. But Baras and Sam, they press on ahead, knocking the bandits off, leaving them dead. The road twists and turns, a deadly game, but a wagon flies with fire and flame. Give us your gold, give us your life. The highwaymen hiss, ready for strife. But Eld laughs aloud, cracks the whip, and the chase begins on this ill-fated trip. The dust settles, the road grows still. The highwayman gone, but the air is chill. Eld's laughter fades, his voice sincere. We made it through, but there's more out here. The wagon speeds on, the sun starts to sink. What lies ahead, we'll see in a blink. Onward we ride, the path unknown, chasing the whispers where dangers groan. The road calls out, its echoes clear. The next step awaits, and we're drawing near. We rolled along the ridge-bound trail, the woods around grown thin and pale. Kyrghin walked with boots like stone, a shadow walking half alone. Max gave blessings to the wind, and Sam took stock of every bend. The wagon slowed and made no sound, a silence settled on the ground. Asteroth rode tall and grim, his hand held firm on armored limb. Baras yawned and cracked his neck, could be beast or just a wreck. Duramar leaned low to scout, tracking prints in the paths about. He touched the soil, then looked ahead. There's smoke too thick for any stead. A hollow near the bramble pass held tattered folk on dying grass. No horses left, just bags and fears, their eyes half choked with ash and tears. A boy stepped forth no older than 10 and told of bloody beasts in the form of men. They came by night, cloaked in flame, with blades and gods we couldn't name. We listened long and weighed the tale. No jest remained, no color pale. Sam drew blades with subtle hand. Max just said, if we need, we make a stand. Duramar hissed, sharp and low, where's the lair and where's the foe? The boy just pointed past the hill toward that place where breath grew still. We left them there and climbed the rise to where the wind held dragon stench. The trees grew black, the stone was split, a scorch mark where the chapel been. No sound, no chant, no bell, no flame, just bones and gold and none to claim. We crouched behind a broken wall while we all waited for Sam's signal small. And then before the trap was laid, before the blades or charge was made, a voice rang out like broken brass, like thunder tumbling down a pass. Old Eld stepped forward, bold and thin, only a sword held high on weathered skin. You cowards there with fire and shame, come out and fight or curse your name. A breathless pause, the world leaned in as iron scraped and steps began. From out the smoke came hooded forms, their armor stitched with draconic horns. We rose as one, too late to plan. The fire would start with steel in hand.
Asteroth's blade struck with furious pace. Barra's fury, a mercenary's might. Sam in shadows came to fight. In the hollow, blood ran thick. Swords clashed, arrows quick. Cultists fell. The screams were loud as Tiamat's wrath surged through the crowd. Duramar's bow he let it fly, each arrow soaring, piercing high. Eld's voice rang out, a challenge bold, but fate was harsh, and he fell cold. In the hollow, blood ran thick, swords clashed, arrows quick, cultists fell down. Their screams were loud as Tiamat's wrath surged through the crowd. The last of them fell with a final scream. The hollow was quiet like a broken dream. But as the battle ended, a door swung open and a half-dragon steps out, armor agleam.
Ash on the wind, blood in the dust. Steel grows quiet when silence must. And from the ruined chapel's breath, a shadow steps, not life nor death. Red scales gleam in a soldier's light, not beast, not man, but born to fight. He speaks with fire behind each word. You fools, he says, you've yet to learn. Lies broken, the town still cries, foregone to flame beneath cold skies. The wind holds tight, the stones grow still, the last prisoner bound, yet breathing still. A horn is raised, black runes aglow, it sings of Tiamat's below, and echoes twist through skyward dark, till wings descend like falling stars. The dragon lands, azure and proud, its voice a thunder slow and loud. Who calls me forth to mortal sand? The half-dragon raises his trembling hand. Max steps forward, voice like gold, with reverence deep and posture bold. Great One, he says, we bow to thee. Command us now, and we shall be. The half-dragon snarls, obey my voice. This power is mine, not yours to choice. But pride meets pride with fangs and spite, and blue eyes blaze within a fight. Sam speaks soft in dragon tongue. A needle slipped where rage is strung, and Baras laughs, a servant's crown, a lesser beast who dares look down. The dragon turns with sudden hate, and seizes Flameborn and takes to flight. He lifts him high, then lets him fall. Through thin air cuts his death pall. Blood bursts forth in a red mist, and the claw cleaves into the horn of Hubris. It lands again, the gold between its talons poised on one still screamed. The final prisoner, helpless small, and now the claw begins to The weight that kills a light begins, and the man does scream in a heartbeat. Sam's spell comes like a dream. Away they're swept from dragon's threat. In the hollow the dragon's furious wings beat.
You dare, it snarls, to steal my prey. You'll die beneath the storm today. No storm shall pass, no sky forgive. You've earned the wrath that none yet have lived. It rears and breeds, a flash, a scream. Lightning rips the air in a stream. The ground explodes in thunder's toll, but still they rise, scarred, burned whole. Smoke trails off where thunder kissed, but out they stride from sparking mist. Max stands firm with shield held high. Asteroth calls, you do not fly. Baras growls through grit and flame. Sam coils light like spoken name. Duramar moves with hunter's pace, while Kyrghin throws flame into its face. It spreads its wings to climb once more. They drive it down with spell and roar. Each blow, each strike, each glowing bind chains the storm, breaks wrath with mind. Max cries to Bahamut's holy flame. Asteroth strikes in Tempest's name. Sam weaves sparks in Fey-born thread, and Kyrghin howls, strike true, strike dead. The dragon laughs, its eyes aflame. You'll die for pride and die the same. Let Tiamat's true voice ring wide. My storm shall drown this countryside. The skies respond with rumbling might, but none below give way to fright. No cries, no pleas, no final bell, just mortal wrath where thunder fell. And as it coils to strike anew, a shape moves swift, a sorcerer's cue. The storm hangs still before a hissing breath. Is it the end or just a tempest held fast upon the razor edge of death? The dragon's body falls to rest. The sapphire eyes cannot cheat the grave. Judgment cold as stone, smoke of dragons, flames now dead. Cultists gone where tyrants bled, but behind
darkness whispered,
None the same.
summoned twice beneath the moon by cloaked ones plotting far too soon. The trio came with serpent grace, with silver words and hidden face. We spurned their gold, denied their plea. Truth held firm, though shadows see. In hush and hiss they drew their blade. We rose to fight, our choice was made. A sudden war with demons thrall. The Abishai's wings tore through flame, but justice wrapped him all the same. We held our ground and made him yield, dragged away from blood-stained field. Doors and heavy breath came running, feet like hounds of death. The city guards with blades held high. A smugglers called us to him before guards came nigh. In alleys deep we broke apart, divided fates, a haunted start. One vanished down where sewers went, the rest with law and fire behind. Betrayal sent upon the air, and freedom paid in weights and prayer. Through the stone and under moon, we chase the truth, we'll find it soon. Though names are cursed and bonds are tried, we are the storm the dark can't hide.
Led in silence through the golden doors, marble halls beneath the robe decor, masked faces turned with hidden eyes, where justice speaks but never sighs. The air was cool, the candles burned. They asked of fire and what we'd learned, of cultists slain and dragons bled, of warnings rising from the dead. Stone and stink beneath the street, a maze of echoes and rotting meat. Through rusted grates and lanterns glow, we met the ones who traffic woe. Crates of bones and silken chains, eyes like glass and soot-stained frames, and in their midst with lips stitched tight, a silent man stripped of his rights. Told the lords the bitter truth of devils bound and shattered tooth. We named the flames the priesthoods cracked, and all the pacts the dead intact. Their silence spoke of consequence, of war that moved without pretense. Then one stood forth with voice like brass, you've walked through fire, now join our mast. He grinned with gold and crooked crooked teeth and offered us a soul beneath. Coins can buy what morals stole. This one here remembers all. The party paused, then coin was passed, and freedom bought, though not so fast. For just outside the broken gate, steel boots and guards arrived too late. Their robes swept wide, their judgment cast, a secret task, a deadly ask. You will not serve by title clear, but walk the edge where shadows leer. Your name is gone, your oath remains. The city calls through blood and chains. We bowed in silence, storm winds near, and left that hall with sharpened fear. We slipped away through slime and brick. The guards confused, their tempo quick. But back inside the sewer's curve, the smuggler laughed with twisted verve. He vanished down a dripping stair, but we escaped with breath and care. The man we bought now walked behind, with haunted steps and shattered mind. Two roads forked and two hearts beat, above in gold, below in sleet. One took vows the world can't see, the other bought a soul set free. And though apart the thread runs true, in fire and dark the old renew. For choices made beneath the sky still echo deep where lost things lie. Summoned by masks in a hall carved from stone. No names, just commands. In a hush, soft drawer, what lies hidden where life has no soul. And speak of this never, no matter the door. Our promise was sworn to cleanse what the coat had twisted and torn. Through silver-lit ether our feet found the shore of a place made of sorrow, of sinew and war. The portal behind us snapped closed with a sigh, and none of us dared look back toward the sky.
In that waiting abyss, allies took shape. A cleric, fire, and mage, burdened with fate. They'd mapped out the ruin with stealth and with dread. Each hallway a story, each hallway a thread. The vats were like coffins where nightmares were sewn. Spliced limbs and cold organs encased in cold stone. The ceilings dripped fog, the walls held a pulse. The lab was alive in a manner repulsed.
Plans whispered quickly, the charges were set. Each moment we stayed, fed the beast's silhouette.
A hiss in the dark, then a growl split the air. As claws scraped the floor, our warning laid bare. From vats burst forth flesh, malformed and enraged. Fanged tumors with limbs by cruelty caged. The fighter struck first, his sword swung fast, while arrows from Duramar shattered stained glass. Asteroth roared, flung a brooding to flame, and Baras cleaved one that dared call his name.
Through screams and the stink, the plan stayed alive. Baras jammed the charge where the spawnings did thrive. A pulse of red light, a flicker, a spark, then fire peeled open that chamber so dark. Glass and bone rained from ceiling to floor, but deeper within we could hear even more. Smoke in our lungs and blood on our sleeves, we push to the depths where the madness still breathes. One charge still waited, the second of two, and Kyrghin was handed deed he must do. Planted near central reserves in the heart, then run, don't wait once the detonation starts. The druid looked shaken, his fingers were numb. The device fell like fate, trapped inside his palm. He nodded, then turned, heart hammering fast. Each step to the center felt like it might be his last.
But the air changed, a frost filled the bones. A presence descended like death from a throne. White as a blizzard, a figure stepped near, and Kyrghin's eyes widened, overcome with fear. The Virgo calm with her blade made of glass, spoke soft as a snowfall that buried the past.
You never escaped me, you never were free, and all of the Fey-Wild came rushing through him.
His breath caught short, his soul full of dread. The bomb slipped loose from his shaking hands and dropped with a clang that filled him with lead. It rolled on the stone like a prophecy sung toward blood-slick tile where the shadows clung.
The party split by duty's call as twilight crowned the spire. Some marched to halls of Bahamut, and others to drink near hearth and fire. The lords of law had heard our truths of dragons, cults, and war, while fate bent low with colder breath beneath a broken door.
Duramar felt the whisper rise, a wind that none could feel, a hush that curled around his mind, seductive, soft, unreal. It called him not with threats or rage, but something just not right. And Nibble's watchful mirrored him, both drawn into the night.
The others walked the marble halls, their honor pressed and dressed, their words rehearsed for justice, cloaked in secrets unconfessed. They spoke of cults and scaled remains, of ruins drenched in flame, unknowing that below the stones another whispered name.
A door half-hinged, a rotting frame, a house no soul should trust.
Duramar stepped through fading light, past plaster turned to dust. Each stair a creak, each breath held tight, the scent of blood below. And in that dark he saw three kin struck down, their lifeblood slow.
A cry escaped before the strike, a raptor scream, a blade. The dead had hands of splintered bone, with rusted weapons made. He charged a roaring force of will, his kin still bound in place. His blade bit deep through bone, and the first fell with shards as the only trace. But flame awoke in shadowed bone, the second wreathed in fire. Its sockets blazed a crown of ash, its hate a burning pyre. It struck with speed no corpse should hold, a sword that burned through air. And Nibbles danced and snapped and tore, while Duramar stood bare.
The raptor's fangs found knot and rope, one captive broke their chain. And in that moment fate unspooled through blood and smoke and pain. Duramar roared and took the blow, a searing molten gash. And through the flames he saw the freed one rise, a final clash.
The heat, the smoke, the iron taste, he staggered to one knee. His shield hand numb, his vision dim, a flash too bright to see. He saw the skeleton reel back, the orc's blade raised and sure. Then all went black and sound fell out, and silence was the cure.
And so the halls above remained with answers none could give, while Duramar lay deep below, unsure if he would live. One thread pulled tight in secret halls, the others left unspun. A whisper waits behind the dark, the tale not yet done. Maria, 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 Maria. Morning breaks in Waterdeep, but not all hands return. Duramar's place is still and cold, the hearth left dark to burn. The party stirs with silent dread, his bed untouched, his trail gone dead. And Kyrghin calls the wild again to seek what none have said. He cast to find a beastly friend, the raptor known as Nibbles bold. The trail winds through the alleys bend, where gutters stink and stories mold. The rats they whisper hungry things of fresh meat and of older sins. And Kyrghin slinks a serpent low beneath the crooked door below. In basement gloom the dust is thick, a bloodstain crawls across the stair. But halfway up the trail grows faint, as if the very air had swallowed pain and flesh and sound, leaving only silence soaked in ground. They pry the door and search in vain, their hope now wearing thin. Another house across the lane, where poison cleaning stings the nose. Kyrghin coils through narrow gaps, and in that place he knows a bow Duramar's no mistake lies near a pile of ashy flake. No blood, no form, just silent proof that something's gone erased. Tension as the party converges on the sea. Kyrghin, still as death itself, sits curled atop the stairs above. In shock his mind begins to spin, his heartbeat cold, his breath undone. The party gathers, whispers thin, where is he, what's been done to him? Then creaks the floorboards by the door, as shadows shift once more. Booted steps and muffled growls from men who do not laugh or speak. Shapes outside like storm clouds near, their hunger sharp, their weapons sleek. Kyrghin climbs in gecko skin up the door to wait within, as someone's hand begins to turn the lock and silence screams. Ashes where a brother stood, his bow the only sign. The air hangs thick with haunting truth, no magic can unwind. And from beyond the splintered dark, steel-toed fate on stone knock. A turning lock in lungs of breath was locked, a sliver of light pierced the gloom, and the door swung open and 6 forms strode in. crouched in silence, gecko-footed on the frame. Kyrghin watched the orcs in armor one by one descend again, steel in fists and war-worn leather, enemy signs upon their arms. Hunters bred for blood and reaping, moving slow but meant for harm. They murmured low, their blades half drawn. Something here does not belong, but Kyrghin knew the time had come and dropped from form before the throng. With fingers raised in fire and breath, he cast the thorns that choked the ground. The brambles snarled up wood and stone, a trap of roots without a sound. Flew like arrows born, both caught him low and high. He staggered back, the pain rang hot, but still he stood beneath the sky. One orc grinned wide, then raised his hand, a spell unspoke, a silence fell. They waved, then closed the door on him and sealed the fight inside that shell. Steel and silence, breath held tight, no scream, no cry, no sacred rite. The oath, the blade, the gods are still when magic bends to mortal will. And somewhere past the bar divide, a war is waged with none to guide. Within the dark, Baras braced tall. Asteroth stepped forth to shield. The first orc fell to Baras' hand. No time for mercy, none to yield. Then came a crack, a brutal stroke, and Asteroth was brought to knee. His vision dimmed, his breath grew cold, but Max would not let silence be. Spiritual steel flashed from the air, and whispered words returned the light. Sam reached deep and twinned his storm. Twin bolts flared like stars in flight. Two orcs collapsed, split smoke and screamed. Their forms alight, their shadows gone. And Kyrghin outside braced, his limbs still locked away, but not for long. From farther off a thunder came, not spell but hoof and summon beast. Asteroth's steed with fury charged and shattered through the silent breach. The silence broke, the fight resumed. Kyrghin stepped through fire and grief. He raised his hands and threw a sheet of fire and brought one brute down in a sea of flame. One stood left, blood at his lips, and Baras drove him to the ground. They asked him once, he gave no truth, just bitter breath and stubborn frown. Asteroth rose, his judgment grim, and in that moment made it end. Steel and silence once again, no lies to bind, no soul to mend. Steel and silence, oath and flame, no better flies, no hero's name. When justice walks on shattered stone, each step is paid in blood alone. They fought, they fell, they did not flee, but freedom comes with penalty. The guards arrived, the chains were drawn, the truth weighed quiet in their hands. And as the sun fled down the lane, the house stood hushed where none could stand.
Chains on wrist and lowered heads. Their tale was truth, but blood ran red. No crime of murder could they prove, yet still the city made its move.
Guilty still of violent strife, for years beneath the law's cold knife.
Max stood silent, Baras raged, and Kyrghin's shame felt hope and care.
But far below in dark retreats, Duramar stirred on frozen feet. Eyes blinked open, breath came
blessings come as gifts, the frostbound woman's presence shares. Storms you've braved, your path to freedom sweetly paved. Now show me those who stand with you, your friends, your strength, your honor true.
Dressed in white with glacier's grace, eyes of winter hard unplaced.
They did not know what hand she played, nor how her kind collects what's paid.
Back above the gavel fell, no cheers, no cries, no prison cell. Instead a door creaked at the back, and Imrodal stepped in the track.
Bound by Lauren's silent oaths, they left the hall reluctant ghosts. One mission more with strings unseen to sever lies beneath the gleam.
Hall of ice and iron dread, beneath the sewers winding, bluefin Nog stood tense and still, a frost wind promise binding. White as bone and tall as storms, she stepped in from the rime, her eyes like frozen oceans deep, unblinking out of time. She smiled in silence, kissed the room, her boots untouched by the frost. Behind her trailed a retinue of 3 to collect the cost. To Duramar she gave a nod, to Kyrghin, oh grin, that froze him eyes wide where he stood among the bluefin.
I'll never go back, came the cry, a slap upon the beast. Barnaby brayed and stamped his hooves, his panic unreleased. A spark, a shift, a heartbeat quick, the druid vanished clean. No longer man, but biting flea, unseen and in between.
Oh, so shy, the stranger said, the one I came to see. I thought you'd greet me properly, you know you're meant for me. Her voice was laced with honeyed frost, her smile a curling game. I've waited long, your time is up, the deal still stands the same.
Then hear me now, Duramar spoke, you deal not with a slave. He's bluefin now, he's one of us, he fought, he bled, he gave. The orcs all growled their cautious pride and nodded through the chill. He's part of us, they muttered low, a little part, but still.
A tribe, how quaint she cooed and swirled, you think that breaks the pact? You've yet to give me what you promised, Kyrghin I still lack. She peered toward the mule's side, her eyes alight with mirth. You've hidden him, a clever ploy, how much is he truly worth?
Then Baras stepped into the light and held aloft a speck. A flea for you, he gravely said, we've honored every check. She caught it in her gloved cold palms and clapped her hands with glee, and licked them slow, then paused to frown. This doesn't taste like Flea.
I know his scent, I know his skin, I've chased him far and wide. That was a joke, a clever one, you'll find I may let it slide. She strolled amused past wary spears and flicked her cloak with grace.
And who among you dares to lie while looking at my face?
Perhaps you're wrong, Duramar said, perhaps your tongue deceives. Here let me test the evidence, the truth clings to the sleeve. He took her hand, he licked her palm, a foolish stalling task, and licked again with furrowed brow, then dared again to ask. It's faint, it's strange, but maybe so. It's not, she snapped amused, you'd kill a flea and claim it thus. The deal is still refused.
You bargained with the master's voice.
No, we spoke with you.
Oh, then they'll come if I say the word.
Then go or take us dead.
Then doors were tried, they fought to yield, but slammed and froze with spite. Asteroth drove fists of flame, the ice grew thick and white. Behind him orcs began to wail, to batter, break and strain, but only a minute remained.
Oh, how I love the drama here, she whispered, tasting thrill. The lies, the licks, the tribal twist, but I must have my fill. Shall I call them? She asked the air, my master strong and cruel. No need, said Baras, stepping forth. That's it, you've played enough, I am no fool. The doors opened, ringed with ice and torchlight glowing wide. One by one the blue fiends fled, and two were lost inside. The party dashed through the door, and most did pass the test. But Baras, brave and last, jumped through and vanished with the rest. She smiled and followed, just too late, her cape a trailing storm. As silence fell and doors were sealed and heat returned to form. And in the dark, with breath held tight, the mule did not bray, for deep within his shaggy coat a flea hidden stayed. The charge, the cold, the clash behind, a breathless sprint toward the unseen line. The gate, a shimmer not quite flame, a promise whispered with no name. He dove, the wind took hold and turned, not to stone but something learned. Snow beneath him, silent wide, no smoke, no war, just endless white. Ice rose and sculptures perfect still, a garden shaped by something ill. Men and beasts in frozen dance, as if the world had held its glance. Baras stood and felt the hush, the weight of wrong too fast to crush. He turned to speak, to ask to run, and met her gaze, all things undone. She stepped like music dressed in frost, her smile too even, her tone embossed. Welcome, she said, you're just in time. A shame you missed the final climb. He braced, he'd felt this once before, in chains and camps at someone's door. But now her charm wore something thin, a beauty draped in everything he'd seen. You want to leave, she said, of course, but all things move with equal force. Give me the druid, that's my price. His head for home, it's fair, concise. Baras didn't speak, he weighed the snow. She watched amused, she seemed to know. He broke a thing I loved, she said, and I want justice, not his dread. He looked around, the garden gleamed, but nothing here was what it seemed. Let me guess, he said, the choice is clear. Leave him to rot and walk out of here. She tilted her head, you make it sound cruel. It's just one life, one lesser fool. He's not yours, Baras said, nor mine, and I won't be your execution. She stepped in close, no heat, no breath, a voice like silk, laced with death. You think this is noble, brave? You think defiance makes you saved? He met her eyes, solid blue, no whites, inscrutable, and gave no clue. No rage, just loss he'd learned to endure. I know cages, I know cost, but freedom sold is freedom lost. I will be allowed to leave, he said, or I will free you from your head. The cold around her barely stirred, but shadows danced behind her words. A moment passed, no spell was flung, no scream, no wrath, but attention hung. She smiled like dusk before a storm. Very well, but you've been warned. Some roads bend, some roads end, some promises are made to rend. I'd rather vanish in the cold than live with hands I had to fold. She smiled, you choose wrong, but fine. There's the way, go on, it's mine. A ring of flowers rimmed in ice, the portals shimmered, carved precise. He nodded once, his boots stepped through, but frost took root before he knew. His legs were glass, his chest was weight, a breath cut short, a twist of fate. And as the light began to dim, he heard her say, this is your hymn. The last thing seen, her wicked grin, her laughter low, the the chill within. She whispered soft like falling snow, a new addition with honor I know. I don't understand why you'd lose the life you've laid, but can Kyrghin's pay this debt you've paid?
Out of the frost they came through portals cracked and rimmed with dread, breathless, bruised with blood still warm, each one whole save the one not found. No sign of Baras in the room, no oath, no joke, no final stand. The silence grew like pressing stone till one voice rose, a mumbling man.
Oh, Barnaby, good mule, you made it through. Look at us, we're safe, we're fine. Wait, Baras, oh no, where's Baras? His face went pale as frost on a vine. He's still there, he's still there. He can't be there. The storm began.
Who was that woman? Why did she know your name?
Asteroth, when she looked your way.
You ran like prey, you didn't even warn us.
Start talking, Kyrghin, now.
What did you bring us? I was taken, I didn't mean to go. Barnaby said it was funny, a joke for Nether, for some poem some priest wrote wrong. So he lured me away and had his laugh. In the Feywild, I wandered. Sometimes they dressed me up, showed me off, 'cause I was amusing. Other times, I'd be alone for months. And then I found the garden. Statues of creatures iced in bloom, fields of silence, thorns of glass. I saw a flower, just one so perfect. I picked it, and she came.
She screamed with eyes like a winter's death, and I felt my blood go still. She raised her hand, I was dead, I was gone, but Barnaby came.
He told her, no, there won't like it. He likes this one, he's mine. And she stopped, she said with eerie calmness, you're free for now, but not from me.
I ran, I found a way back. I didn't know she could follow me. I didn't mean to drag you all into this. I'm so sorry, I just wanted to be
Came a fist-like judgment spell. Duramar's rage struck deep and square. Kyrghin staggered, yelped with bleeding lip. You didn't have to hit so hard. But no one spoke for him.
The orcs looked on, eyes full of fear, as Kyrghin rose from Mule's side. A man turned from Flea, a trickster, a god. They didn't know, but they knew one thing now. They'd made a deal with something cruel, and Fey deals don't ever end clean. Their faces fell as time caught up,
Duramar turned fist still tight. Forget the Fey, we've got a tribe to save. The ring still holds our kin in chains. We fight, that's what we do. But then a voice, young, bold, came from the crowd of kin. You talk like war chief, half-blood, but you ain't him.
A hush fell over, torches glow as blades stayed sheathed, but tempers rose. The line was drawn in the grime and dust, not by ice or flame, but pride. And Kyrghin stood alone again, with blood on his mouth and ghost in his mind. The weight of winter, of horror untold, and no more places left to hide. He knew where he bare a stride. Duramar stood, his words like stone. Half-blood or not, I stand alone. You speak of pride, of blood, of might, but strength means more than just the fight. The young orc scoffed with scornful sneer. You talk like chief, but none will hear. So prove it now, let's see you try. Pick up your blades and let the talk die.
Duramar turned, his voice still bold. I speak what must be done, not what I'm told. The orc laughed, then take your stand. Let's see how strong is your command.
Twin blades flashed in Duramar's hands. His raptor stood back, still and tense, but the young one grinned, great sword unsheathed. Let's see how a half-blood bleeds. Duramar struck, two blades in flight, both drew blood in the flickering light. Bellowing with rage, the orc struck back. Each blow landed with a brutal crack. Duramar held fast, each step he braced, but the sword kept falling, blow after blaze. Steel to flesh, the rhythm grew dire, each slash a beat in the tribe's funeral choir. Blood at his lips, knees to the floor. Duramar gasped, I can't take more. Admitted the orc spat, say you're weak, but the half-orc coughed, his side blood streaked.
I'm not weak, you're just strong. And silence fell, thick as a storm.
The victor raised his sword up high, his roar split through the stone and sky. The tribe around him beat their chest, in savage pride they howled their best. War chief, rose the call, their blood still hot from watching him brawl. Drums of knuckles on armored skin, declaring their leader through might and sin. Clap, 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 a voice sharp as glass broke the breathless hush. Well, I'm glad that's settled now, we need to rush. Imrodil stood, pale light on her face, like winter in silk, like time out of place. The mission she sang was pushed ahead, the time to act is now instead. The orcs looked down, began to shift, but courage waned and pride grew stiff. Why should we fight? Why should our weapons lift? Until Kyrghin stood in front of the group, shouted with fire at the gathered troop. You call this a tribe? tribe, afraid to fight. I've bled for you in darkest night. If you're cowards, say it plain, or join me in war and stake your name. Asteroth roared, his blade raised high. Max gave a nod, steel in his eye. The orcs responded with rising bellows, their honor rekindled in fiery throes. I'm Rodel turned, amused and serene, very good class, her voice precise and mean. Down through the sewers, echoes began, boots tramping forward to conduct the bloody plan. The floor shook, the signal came, a loud boom from an unseen flame. And Rodel smiled with a teacher's delight. Time to drop, tonight's the night. One by one the party left, steel drawn, no time for regret. Kyrghin paused on the shattered stone. Where's Barnaby still with the guards alone? Then down he fell, no grace, no pride, slamming the water, pain in his side. He surfaced, gasping, ears full of screams, a battlefield blooming like fractured dreams. Orc fought orc in a blood-slick ring, steel and tusks and reckoning. Asteroth bellowed, charging first, tempest in his veins, glory thirst. Max moved quick, spell light in hand, a pale calm in a drowning land. They climbed the slope, boots echoing hard, toward the guards who played at gods. Three stood tall, orc blades drawn, and one elf knelt, beaten and won. What about this one? Spat one with hate. Kill him too, seal his fate. Steel rose high, then stopped, held fast. Kyrghin's spell struck like a grasp. The frozen orc could only stare as the party cut his fellow down right there. The elf stood still, the ropes fell free, his voice like wind through a withered tree. I know your name, the weight you bear, the hunted one from cold despair. No rage, no shock, just quiet grace, a smile too still for this brutal place. Kyrghin blinked, unsure what to say, then muttered, yeah, and scurried away. Stone turned to shadow down the hall, and Kyrghin crept, heart small around the bend. He froze in place, a scaled face and robed disgrace. The orc told them of the attackers there, to two whose power thickened the air. Words were whispers, dry and cold, too calm for anything uncontrolled. These were not mere smugglers bold, but roots of something deep and old. Footsteps echo down blood-wet stone, Shod boots in silence crept through sewer stench and rot. They stepped behind the frost-stained rusted bands. A chamber hid the serpent's hand.
Salmon seen a shadow pass through spells of veil. You watched them fast. An orc, a robe, one scaled and calm, a chief who bore the war god's song.
Barrel stirred with smoke and flame, no time to ask, no one to name. He dropped the veil and flung the net, a web to hold the serpent's threat.
Entangled followed roots took hold as vines and tendrils clutched the bold. Duramar loosed hunter sting as bard and cleric joined the range.
Spike rode boom, the mage invoked a swarm of locusts thick with smoke. Amid the chaos, spells took flight. The chambers drowned in shifting light.
Sam struck first with lightning twin. Two arcs did chain the scaled one in, but both were dashed mid crackle blaze as mage's hand unspooled the haze. Then Kyrghin called the storm from height, but thunder fell to counters bite. A clash of minds, a spell rights feud. The air turned sharp, the power crude.
The mage stood tall, the bard gave cheer. The god caller raised house to sear, but fire was summoned, web was lit. Their footing lost in ash and grit. The bard was caught mid crescendo's cry. The priest was struck with smoke blind eye. The war chief bled through fractured shield. One breath and silence sealed the field.
One by one their strength gave way. The mage was next to break and sway. The scaled one trapped and left alone still smiled and spoke in honeyed tone. Lie down, dear friends, and count anew. A spell to twist both mind and view. Asteroth fell and Kyrghin too. By charm's soft thread their wills untrue. Yet still the rest stood firm unmoved and watched the serpent's game removed. He sighed and bowed, his gambit spent, and chains around the plot were bent. The mage and scaled one bound, no secret spoke, no answers found. And Kyrghin, roused from spellborn trance, declared, I'm hungry with vacant glance. Chest for bread or meat, through items tossed on the floor he found a treat. A magical mug of cocoa appeared in his hand, and he sat down in the chaos and sipped inside.
In the deep where warmth decays lies a chamber whose mystery stays, where hunger weeps but does not feed, it does not die, it does not bleed. They cracked the door with ancient flame, braziers lit in the party's name. No runes warned, no warnings carved, just hollow air and meat unstarved. Two chests still and wide, their surfaces too smooth to hide. Nibbles hissed and scratched the floor, and silence bloomed with something more. It does not die, it does not sleep, it listens from the walls too deep. The larger mimic struck with speed, a maw of glue and acid greed. Its breath exploded, sharp and vile, and washed the room in burning bile. Sam and the Eladrin doused in ooze, as did both Duramar and Asteroth. All reeled beneath the steaming froth, save Kyrghin stood untouched, alone. His flame familiar blinked and shone. The wildfire spirit danced with light and teleported allies out of plight. Each time the mimic clamped them tight, it flared and warped them back revolved its howls cease.